starts there. Is she happy or not there?
Yeah.
Since moving to Vancouver in 1988, she has worked for UBC and is currently working for the BC Teachers Federation. She has had her poetry published in the Vancouver Courier, 4 and 20 Resurrectionist Review, Translink Buzzer, and more recently, Sky Magazine. And here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Michelle, for inviting me here this afternoon. And thanks to all of you for coming here this afternoon. These first ones are haikus about San Francisco and a sonnet about Sausalito. San Francisco haikus. We cycled across Golden Gate Bridge at sunset. We got engaged there. Chinatown, trinkets, take-out dim sum, cheap t-shirts, cable cars playing by, stairways walks, views of Alcatraz, Golden Gate Bridge, sailboats on the bay, Angel Island's barracks, where the Chinese were detained, poetry-etched walls, ferry terminal, busker plays guitar, on his lap, his sunglass dog. And this is a sonnet about Sausalito. Tiburon, on my 30th birthday, Guaymas was where I had Mexican food. I snapped a photo there before arriving in Sausalito. Peter plays guitar at the ferry terminal, sunglass dash on his lap. Instead of taking the hour-long stairways walk to end up at the top of Excelsior Lane, I cheat, walking up the Excelsior stairs in the same block as the Plaza Vina del Mar. Down the street, I bought Swarovski ornaments from the Christmas store, salivate over provolone cheese, Genoa salami, before sipping Chardonnay as I sat along Bridgeway's shore. After buying tea for my mother-in-law from Venice Deli. In front of me was Angel Island, to my right, San Francisco. I smile whenever I visit Sausalito. And this next poem is about Seattle. Seattle waterfront. Sit out on the pier, relax with a wine or beer. I walked to the free fare bus zone, rode the bus to Nordstrom Rack, walked to Pike Place Market, forgot they closed at 6. I walked the Pike Place hill climb down to the waterfront, sat on the boardwalk, sipped wine from my purple thermal cup. Seagulls in flight, a parasail hovered as the sun reflected off Puget Sound. And my next two poems are about Honolulu. Chinese New Year, Honolulu. Waikiki Beach, Chinese New Year, when clouds roll in with a light drizzle. I pack up my beach gear, visit International Marketplace. Heavy downpour one night cancels the outdoor hula show. Pro Bowl street party, jewelry, souvenirs, food vendors line both sides of Kalakaua Avenue. Live bands played. I returned to our hotel room to drink wine alongside my $8 Pro Bowl special. Garlic scampi shrimp with salad and rice. I buy an orchid for $5. The next day, we visit Hanoma Bay's Golden Sand Beach, where I stood in the shallow waters, butterfly fishes swam. Tropical tempest. Flash floods warnings in Kauai and Oahu. In Honolulu, the rains got heavy, pouring off corrugated steel roofs like waterfalls. A maid dashed across my hotel's poolside, carrying fresh towels under her umbrella. Along slippery rock surface sidewalks, pedestrians dodge puddles alongside curbs, their sandaled feet soaked. One night, claps of thunder sounded like explosions. Lightning flashes turned skies bright. Deserted beaches, restaurant patios closed. Definitely not paradise. And my next three poems are about Kitts Beach. During the summer months, when I am on Kitts Beach, I often write poetry about the conversations I overhear or about the people around me. And some of the people here have heard some of them recently, but some of you haven't. Bare and Near. On Kitsilano Beach, a Colombian woman spoke loudly with two men who were brothers, bared her breasts. The guys on my left sat near. One guy's towel overlapped mine, that when I laid flat, my toes nearly grazed his thigh. Hits and misses on Kitts Beach. A woman's small terrier gave a squeaky bark. Two guys, one wearing a cowboy hat and green fluorescent shorts, the other wearing a backwards-facing baseball cap and pink fluorescent shorts, threw a football back and forth. I hate when people play catch on the sand. The ball eventually misses one's hands, hits someone lying on the sand. Two Asian boys threw a football back and forth. When they threw a red rubber ball, it missed, hits the guy sitting next to me on his head. A short time later, they threw a blue frisbee back and forth, hits the guy next to me again. Boy talk on Kitts Beach. Two Asian girls next to me talked about boys. When one asked the other whether she would date so-and-so, she replied, "No, he's not ugly, but he's also not hot-looking." One did the questioning, the other did the answering. Darius, Brandon, Jonah, Noah. They went through the boys' list. If these boys only knew how they were rated, how some might even be hated, or may never be dated by these two. And two more. This poem is about family vacation to Hornby Island. BC's Islands. We visited friends at Qualicum Beach, turquoise emerald waters, white sand beach. The children shoveled sand, built a boat-like mound to keep the tide out. Hornby Island's sandstone and caves, hoodoo formations. Tribute bays, tropical waters. Black sand dollars, baby crabs. Jellyfishes covered the sand, where my son and his cousin discovered, on shore, a six-gilled baby shark. And I will finish with this poem about my move to Vancouver from Calgary 25 years ago. It's called Moving West. Moving west. My parents' first Calgary home faced north towards Nose Hill Park. Nose Hill came from a First Nations translator. The hill resembled their chief's nose. From the kitchen of my parents' home, you could see the Rockies until newer homes blocked their view. From their driveway, you can see Canada Olympic Park's ski runs lit up on winter evenings. I traded the one-hour drives to Banff, weekend camping trips to Radium Hot Springs, PST-free shopping for Kitts Beach, Grouse Mountain, English Bay, milder winters, where it mostly rains rather than snows, for lavender, blackberries, hydrangeas, rhododendrons. Thank you very much.
And Bonnie, here's your poster.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this time, we'll take a quick break.